It's 12 minutes past 6. You're listening to My Name Is and Coming Up. Those are some components of a traditional radio link. But how can you make a basic radio link sound interesting and different? So let's say it's an intro link to the show. Today's show, and it's a menu link. Coming up, we'll be doing this. This is the time, and you're listening to My Name Is.
Yeah.
How can we do those basics in two different ways?
You can skip the greeting and just go straight and then bring that afterwards.
Okay, so you measure me then. I'll do it. You tell me if I do it well.
Okay.
It's 16 minutes past 5. You're listening to I Was Born to Speak on Radio, and my guest today is Azania Masaka. I'm so excited. I've been waiting to get hold of Azania. She's so busy, traveling the world, doing great things. She's a businesswoman. She's an entrepreneur. She's a radio fanatic. She's a mother. Can't wait to speak to her. Coming up on the other side of this, we'll get into that interview. Don't go anywhere. How was that?
That was standard.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, now I've got to do it differently.
Yes.
You're listening to I Was Born to Speak on Radio. It's 15 minutes past 5, and our next guest is Azania Masaka. She is a professional radio presenter. She's a public speaker. She's an entrepreneur. She travels the world teaching people about makeup, and she's got her own brand of stores, which is called Miss London Salon. Azania's been in South Africa working in the media space for many years. She's got many, many stories to tell. She's worked for different stations and different companies and different brands. When we come back from this ad break, we'll be able to jump into her life and find out and get a bit closer to the woman who is Azania Masaka. Now,
Yes.
did I nail it? Did I do two different links?
Not quite. Not quite. I would say there was a missed opportunity to infuse a little bit more in the tease in the description of what is coming up.
Okay.
So the essence of, say, why we're talking is how she did it and what that means, right? What that means. I think people always look for meaning and why that conversation is important to have.
Okay.
It's almost as if, what does it take to have longevity in radio? Yeah. So I would start with that. Okay. I would start with like intriguing and teasing, a curiosity about, okay, what does it take? You know, working in radio is absolutely demanding. And so then you start to tease from that about this person that you're about to speak to.
Yeah.
Or how many things do you juggle in a day?
Yeah.
Imagine juggling emceeing, running a business, being on radio, blah, 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 being a parent, and I'd say maybe a commitment to fitness and health, all in a day's work. My next guest manages to do it all, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I think what audiences nowadays, especially with social media, what it's done is that it's made us want to have things in a pithy way. I want to know what it, and print journalists, I think, have adapted to this quite well. Before, we would have to read the whole story. Now what they do is that they give you a little summary at the top. 3 lines about what the essence of this entire story is about.
Right.
It's been brought about by platforms like Twitter that the world is busy. Pace, hurry, quickly. Tell me what this is about. Tell me now, early, not at the end. And some things you decide, you make a judgment call about, do I tell you at the end where I'm taking you? Or do I tell you up front where I'm taking you?
Beautiful.
And because people are busy, they need to know, do I stay? Do I carry on tuning into you? Or do I go to somewhere else where I'm catching them laughing? Where I'm catching them in the heat of something? So it's like the bait. How do you bait me? And there are all sorts of ways that you have to sit and think about how am I going to bait this person? I must add the intrigue up top. I must add the question up top. I must have that first. And then I'll unpack, this person had a 20-year career. That's how she got, well, you know, we'll find out. That question I asked you at the top about what does it take? This is who she is. And the conversation we're about to have will tell you more.
Wow, that's so powerful. Now, in that example, because I put myself on the spot, all I did was change my tone.
Yes.
I said the same thing differently. What Azania has said to me is bring the essence of what you're saying forward. Maybe unpack, bring a bit more color, a bit more explanation to the top of your link so that you can have the listener hang on to a bit more than just be pushing the hype or just be pushing the name.